So it's September 2021, and with the supply chain issues out there being what they are, especially in the firearms and ammunition world, I wanted to think about and talk about just, is it worth getting something like a high point these days? And the reason I'm bringing this up is I've noticed in the market there's a little bit more offerings for budget type firearms than there used to be. Years ago, I remember there was an influx of surplus type pistols. And that was really cool because you could get some old school Makarovs and like a PA-63 or a Bulgarian Makarov, CZ52 and 7.62 by 25, Tokarevs, all that good stuff. There was a lot of cool offerings, and back in that, back during that time frame, that's probably the best bang for your buck, I guess, so to speak, as far as having a hardcore, nicely built, cheap self-defense firearm. And I kind of regret getting rid of some of those that I had. It was stupid on my part, and hindsight's 20/20, but it is what it is. You just don't see that nowadays, though. So now we're kind of looking at, okay, what's on the new market? And there seems to be a little bit more offering in the budget realm than there used to be. So High Point has been a mainstay for a long, long time. And I've done videos on these things for years. And this is one particular C9 I've had for a little bit. High Points, I've owned this actually probably longer than I have other High Points. High Points to me have always been a gun that I bought, messed around with for a little bit, and I got rid of. But anyway, I've had this for a while, and I started thinking, well, is it even worth buying a C9 for an entry-level self-defense gun here, September 2021, considering what's available? And I gotta say, no, it's not. I used to say, yep, you can buy one of these. These are awesome. And I'm not saying they're not bad guns all of a sudden. No, they're good guns. I like the High Points. They're kind of just neat guns. And they work. Not all of them work, but the ones that I get, there was a few that were kind of finicky. This one works pretty good. So no issues. It'll definitely work for self-defense. And if you can find them for under $100 at pawn shops, that's still an epic deal to get a firearm under $100 that works. But being that it is, it's not a good deal anymore. And here's why I'm saying that. So you have a single stack. This is a 10 round. So you got the little extended magazine that they offer from the factory. This is a 10 round High Point. 11 rounds if you plus it up with +1 in the chamber. So it's a little bit bulky. The trigger's not the greatest. It's not as durable as other guns, but yeah, you still have an 11 round capacity. That's not bad. That really isn't bad. For typically around $150. Sometimes upwards of $200 depending on where you're at. That's a little bit too high for one of these things, but you figure about $150 in my area. It seems to be about the average going rate for these things. So $150. Here, Taurus G3 for $250. You can get a compact Taurus G3 for like the G3C, or if you can still find the G2s out there for like $200, around the same cost as this. This is 17 round capacity in the magazine, +1 in the chamber. That makes 18 rounds, and something that's a lot more ergonomic, built a lot better than a High Point. This is an older G3, you can tell by the rear sight here. The newer ones have more of a Glock profile as far as their sights are concerned, which is a great move on their part. So this is a slightly older G3 that I've had for a while. Works great. Good trigger, low recoil impulse, very ergonomic, very easy to carry. I carry this specific model right here for concealed carry, kind of half and half, with a Car CW9 that I also carry. So, and it carries well, just with this magazine, full 18 round total capacity right here. $250. Now, granted, this one you figure be $200, almost $270 because I spent a little extra on the wraparound tape, the little grip deals here. I'll show you right here. That's what I have on this. Got it from Amazon. I have it on my car, CW9 as well, rubberized. But anyway, that's a different video. So when you're looking at the two, say, okay, I have a chunky single stack. Magazines are good, but known to have some issues. The gun itself is made of cheaper materials. It's just unbalanced in my hand. It's clunky. I think I already said that. No pick rail. The sights aren't as good. In fact, these sights, if you look here though, I kind of did my own little painting on the sights. That was just me. You know, when you look at what the High Point brings, and then for just a little bit more, you look at what this thing brings, then I'm going to tell you this is the better way to go. All day, every day. And this isn't the only choice on the market. I think the Taurus G3 is one of the best value choices out there. That's my opinion. But it's not the only one. There's other ones out there that are around the same price, and that's making me say, you know what? Forget about the High Point. When High Point comes out, they were going to come out with their improved model of the C9. That's kind of a offset pseudo double stack with a better round capacity and pick rail and some additional features. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. That was a little while ago. It never happened. And it still hasn't happened. So even if they came out with it right now, I don't know. I may buy one just because I do YouTube videos and just because I think High Points are fun. So they're just fun to take out to a range. So I may still buy one just for the sake of doing videos and messing around with. But as far as, you know, actual, hey, get one for your self-defense gun, I wouldn't. I'd still stick with the Taurus. It's just a better gun. It's completely better gun, better design, much easier maintenance. It works in a lot more roles than the High Point would. And I'm not just talking about self-defense as far as everyday concealed carry, but it excels in concealed carry. It excels in home defense. If you're a budget type prepper, I know there's a lot of folks out there, they like to prepare for bad times or whatnot, and you're looking for that one type of handgun, like, hey, I want to use a handgun. What's a little bit better as far as an offensive type handgun or something like that? That's going to be this one again. Better handling, low recoil, more ammo. You can get, the magazines are good quality. This is a factory mag that comes with it, good quality. And you can get, actually from the Taurus site, you can get base plate extenders to take it up to 20 rounds. Whatever roll you have for it, you can do it. It also comes with 15 round magazines. So if you don't want the little bit of mag sticking out right here and you want it more flush fit for concealed carry, and I actually do have a couple 15 rounders that I use a lot, put it right in there. And it's pretty much about the same dimensions as a Glock 19. So that's a big win in my book. And that's a much better value for your hard-earned money. Inflation sucks these days. Supply issues suck. And you need to be more and more picky about what you're getting. I have to say, High Point is just kind of, they're starting to fall behind. I never really considered them as the leaders of technology as far as firearms are concerned, but as time keeps going forward and things keep expanding, if High Point doesn't move forward in some way to do something, they're just going to keep fading, in my opinion. It's just one of those things. I just don't see, I don't see the big advantage that they used to have. Back years ago, I would say, hey, a High Point for $119, a 9mm. I used to pick them up for $119. Well, there's the selling point. It's a $119 gun that works. It's not the prettiest, but it works. Well, now, just for a little bit more, I can get something that looks a lot better, functions a lot better, and that's going to last a lot longer. Now, as far as the price difference, I know you're thinking, well, wait a minute, you know, $150 on average and then $250 on average. That's still $100 difference. Yes, it is. And to some people, that might still be a lot of money. Even to me, it's a decent amount of money. I'm certainly not rich by any means. So if you look at your spending habits, and I've been guilty of this for a long, long time, and I'm trying my best to make it better here for myself. If you keep track of what you spend, you'll find that you blow $100 probably within a week. Most of us do, unless you're really disciplined. And what I mean by that is, you know, every time you go out and you grab a coffee, or you grab a bite to eat from fast food, or you pick up a snack somewhere, or you go to the grocery store to get some needed things, but then you do a couple impulse buy stuff. When you're buying stuff, you realize, okay, here's the stuff that I don't really need, and you add it up, you're going to spend over $100. I could take my family out for one dinner, family of 5 for one dinner at some restaurant like Applebee's, and not even order the expensive stuff. Even stick with a little bit more of the least expensive items on the menu. And by the evening's done, one evening, a couple hours of eating, I'll have spent like $70-80. So there you go. Just to put that in perspective, I could have taken that one night and go, you know what? I'm going to take that $70 or $80, put it between the difference, and get something a lot better. Is this the best? No, no way. It's not the best, but I'll tell you what, it's one of the better values. And after having shot this a lot and used it a lot, I am impressed. I can't vouch for Taurus's older stuff, but their G3 series is epic in my opinion. And a much better entry level, just one example, I should say, of a much better entry level decision than these things. I still like them. They're still cool. They're goofy. If anything, they're fun to take to a range and shoot, and people start giving you weird looks, and it's still kind of funny. They make good utility guns as far as, tackle box gun or throw it in like a bathroom gun or whatever, or just an extra gun to have around the house. They're perfectly fine. Throw it for the preppers out there if you're looking for something to throw into like a cache, something that'll stay in a cache and you don't have to worry about it rusting too much. These are great because they don't have a lot of true metal to them, so they're not going to rust as fast as some other guns may. Anyway, I'm over 10 minutes, so I'm not going to jibber-jabber too much longer here. Feel free to put your thoughts in below, but I do have to say, I think 2021, I think the high point is fading fast as far as what they can bring to the market. There's a lot better out there, and I encourage people, especially now, to get the best that you can as far as self-defense is concerned. I'll tell you that right now. Look for the best that you can. Make a little bit of sacrifices when you're at the grocery store. Maybe you don't need to buy that bag of potato chips. Maybe you don't need to buy that big old chocolate cake in the deli section over at Walmart. Maybe you can make smarter choices a little bit for a couple weeks, save up the money and spend the extra and get something that's a little bit better value. All right? So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to comment, all that good stuff. And then I hope everybody's staying safe out there.